decade. Otezla is also approved to treat psoriatic arthritis. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can happen. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Some people taking Otezla have depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss, upper respiratory tract infection, and headache and recurrence.
With clearer skin, movie night is a movie night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla.
Hey, human, what if you could accomplish something instead of endlessly following up? How about if you collaborated with other humans, with other departments? What if making a project template
That's very right, this commercial.
What if keep up with
Hey,
projects without
human.
chasing other humans down? What if those humans worked as you worked in humans? Operate at peak human. Start chief.
Tensions are high right now between officials in the city of Chicago and the White House as the migrant surge continues to have a major impact far from the southern border. The governor of Illinois and the mayor of Chicago, who are both Democrats, confronted top administration officials this week over their handling of the surge in migrants, demanding action. Governor J.B. Pritzker is asking President Biden to name a czar to manage the ongoing crisis. He worries that Chicago is about to reach a breaking point with winter approaching quickly. Currently, it's estimated there are more than 17,000 migrants in Chicago alone, and leaders fear that number could double in the coming months. This comes as Republican Governor of Texas Greg Abbott is ramping up the number of buses carrying migrants to that city. We're joined now by Chicago City Alderman Chris Taliaferro. Sir, thanks so much for being with us. There are something like 2,300 migrants living on the floors of your police stations and at the airports awaiting shelters. You're a former policeman yourself. I'm wondering what your biggest concern about that is.
Well, especially as we enter into our winter months, those that are sleeping outside and in our police stations, I'm very concerned about their safety. The 2,300 that you mentioned, of that, the majority of them are still living outside, and we are approaching our winter months where Chicago gets quite cold. So we have to be concerned about their safety as well as the well-being of the migrants, which also includes young children and families.
So, Alderman, there's been some tension, not only between your governor and Chicago's mayor and the White House, but also between local officials as well over what to do. I'm wondering what you would ask the White House or the Biden administration to do to intervene immediately to help alleviate the issue.
I'm taking you with me.
Well, I think immediately, and the president has done this, and that's authorizing temporary work permits. But I think there needs to be an even greater step at more security at our borders right now, because we're getting an influx of people from, particularly in Texas. And so it is my belief that our president needs to step up and tighten border security until we can get this growing problem under hand.
On that question, what would you say to Texas Governor Greg Abbott? He argues that as bad as things are in Chicago right now, they're much worse at the southern border.
Well, I don't think nothing that we say and nothing that we've been able to say over the last several months and specifically over the last year, Governor Abbott has listened to. And so I think our biggest concern, knowing that Governor Abbott will not listen to not just a resident of the city of Chicago, but our elected officials as well, and the governor of this state. We have to do what we can to provide for the welfare and well-being of the residents that are, the migrants that are coming here. And so rather than arguing with the government, we have to do whatever we can for the migrants that are arriving in the city of Chicago.
On the idea of listening to residents, you held a community meeting last night that became very contentious. The people booing at local officials, they're concerned that they haven't been consulted with certain decisions, one specifically about using a park in your community as a place to house migrants. What is your message to those neighbors?
Let's see.
I agree with our neighbors. And they were quite outraged, as I was outraged, at the fact that we're shutting down a community resource, a park where our youth, our young adults, our seniors enjoy programming and enjoy the use of that park. And so they were quite outraged, and I was outraged as well, simply over the fact that we're closing down this resource that's well much needed in an underserved community.
To do that,
a community that had been
you need to
not
get that money
invested in,
today.
in decades. And
Congratulations.
I think that move required some
You gotta go to the
bit
store
of
today.
conversation with our community
I need
before the
juice.
decision or the
I
final
need
decision was
coffee
made.
cream. We got two kinds of coffee, so I don't necessarily need coffee,
Thanks for
but
being with us.
we're out,
Thank you,
we're gonna be
Marcel.
out,
Appreciate
we're
it.
actually technically out in the,
Still more to come this
Espresso.
afternoon, including a
I only
huge
got enough
question.
for half
How
pot,
did
which
our
will end up
solar
being
system
made
form? A
used like
sample
some
from
of
an
the,
asteroid estimated to be 4.5
caramel
million
to
years
make it a
old
nice,
revealed some clues.
you know,
What NASA scientists are now
but,
revealing.
You can
Plus,
do
if you're
that
still
with
upset
your
that Netflix
house
started
right now.
charging more last year, you better brace yourself. A new report says prices may continue to
so
go
I'm
up.
saying, if we gotta go to the store and we're gonna be out, we could get the fucking money too.
That's straight. A ton of Wi-Fi service tickets just rolled in, but I can't see any network issues.
Okay?
Well, the light's on, so it must be fine.
So, but,
They're
you
saying
know,
the
we can
Wi-Fi
make comments
sucks.
about us
But the
moving
light
if we
is on.
want to, but
No.
You know there's nothing
I wanna pay the rent first.
Juniper's industry-leading AI gives you insight into exactly what's wrong and how to fix it before anyone knows it's a problem, removing all your blind spots.
Who said that?
Oh, you just want to take money out for rent.
I wanna take money out for rent and pay her the rent money.
Okay.
Pay her for 2 months, tell her at the end of this 2 months we'll probably be gone.
In fact, its active ingredient is 10 times more effective at fighting fungus, the primary cause of dandruff. Say goodbye to stubborn dandruff with nice rolls.
Because after the inspection, and after we just got told that our loan was approved, we are done except for the closing. When we go in and sign some fucking papers.
And they pay some money.
Huh?
And pay some money.
And pay you money. Which by then will actually even be in their fucking account. And in an account at their fucking, you know, in our account, rather. Just put it that way.
Yeah, he said, when I talked to him yesterday, he said he thought the closing would still be in October. But that doesn't, you know, it's still
This is moving in about,
yeah.
you know, moved out by the end of November. And it moved out before the end of November. She gets to keep whatever rent's left. Keep it. We're out of here.
Yeah.
I served in the Army for 11 years, deployed overseas 3 times. I understand the price of freedom. And I'm aware of the threats we face from our foreign adversaries. Countries like China,
Yeah, you can do that. In that case, you just need to take out $600.
I doubt it. These smartest technologies against
I
America.
think,
We value free expression.
Said we got 68, 60, something like that.
Kind of strength.
yeah, we're gonna see that from the bank. And then we'll, yeah, give them that.
Here's a statement from the bank. We need.
They need a statement.
Who does?
This water-based training, I'm telling you, it's invisible on the skin. Your
We need a
worst
statement
fight
from
dream.
them on how much money we got.
They slept on me for 15 years. It's a collective
You know, ask them if they would prefer that we just drop the money in their bank.
It would have been solved and towards 99.9% dust, dirt, and allergens.
Because that is what we had planned on doing anyway.
Stop starving your skin.
Do our banking through them to make the house payment that much easier.
Fresher skin treats skincare like
You
skin
know?
nutrition. With hard-working plant power products that nourish for radiant health.
We talked about that. We talked about not doing banking with fucking Chase for a while. Because they didn't want to do banking with us.
I even told my Chase guy when I was like, when I get my shit taken from mom, and I'm going to fucking Genesis. I'm taking it out of there.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because then we'll all be at the same bank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40.
I mean, I already got an account by the one that's near my mom's anyway, so Or I should still have one.
What? Where? The Genesis?
Yeah, the one that's by, where that,
I know you got a count of change.
Alright.
You know, because we went there and
40.
with you once. About your
well, I was trying to get a fucking job, but the place that I was trying to never fucking hired me, so.
Oh, yeah, you had to have a. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so.
The blessings of Lucara.
Yeah, we need to take out 660.
Big Red and more for Netflix if you don't want to watch ads. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Netflix will hike prices in the U.S. and Canada as soon as the actor strike in Hollywood is resolved. According to the report,
So yeah, that'll cover 2 months.
That's one less with the
more
Let's
just this year for their services if you don't want to watch
I mean, I knew we're not going to get our security deposit back.
Huh?
I never figured we'd get our security deposit back.
Well, according to the Wall Street Journal, Netflix is planning to raise the prices after the
Getting our security deposit, because right now I upgrade on the house, so that anybody that moves in you can tell them it's generator ready, all you gotta do is buy a generator and plug it in.
For that, and that's likely because costs are going to go up.
You can have that conversation.
You got this, you got that, and you're getting the fucking leftover fucking money from the rent. I don't want to hear no bitch.
Wall Street was at one point rewarding subscriptions at any cost.
Goddamn fucking Klingons. Give me back control of my ship, you motherfuckers.
So now there's a big push to be profitable, to really get as much money, as much money out of the consumer as possible. And so you see companies across the landscape raise prices, and Netflix would be just the latest.
Well, that's right. I want to pay straight time.
Well, they think like them get away with putting more ads and shit. They'll get more revenue that way, and then. They'll probably use that to pay like the actors and shit like that, so they can pay actors and stuff for their movie shit, and then they still get their money by freaking ads, and then people paying more.
They're raising their prices because the actors want to actually get paid what they're worth for doing this shit. Because for streaming they got shit. And the bigwigs at the company are going, well, fuck, man. You're not taking it out of my pay. I still get my $1 million a month, right?
Yeah, so your payment goes in 5 days.
All I gotta do is go online and change the address and the deposit number. I can change it online. I don't even have to call. And then I just gotta wait and make sure it happens before we close out the other.
We're gonna have to make sure when I get my money and shit that frickin' I get all my papers and stuff like that, so we can tell the Social Security motherfuckers that where we're living and shit like that, so they don't send it to my mom. They go and send it to your guys, to our house.
Let's deal with the
Mom knows you're gonna need the money. Mom also knows that you're moving. Your mom and I have talked about this. I don't foresee any trouble with the money. Because your mom's getting her way with Bob. He bought and paid for however long it takes him to pay for off this fucking loan.
It's like I said, probably. When he probably hasn't been home forever. Now when he destroys this car.
I think that was the last of them, indeed.
Does someone threaten to use power and die
She's like, every time I go on vacation, something happens in the car. Well, first off, why aren't you teaching him to maintain the car?
That's another thing we gotta do. We gotta get
I told you to get that done.
Oh,
You had time off when you were here for a week.
it wasn't up to walking back and forth as far as my neck was. Walking home and then having to walk to get the car. And I hurt my neck.
I would have took the goddamn car to the fucking place and sat there.
When people switch their dog's food from kibble to a farmer's dog, they often say that it feels like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply fresh meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of dried pellets. Just food made for the health of dogs, delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do. To finally lose 80 pounds and keep it off with Golo is amazing. I've been maintaining, the weight is gone, and it's never coming back. With Golo, I not only talk the weight, but I'm
This is
happier,
Cooperative
healthier,
Cube 1138. We are here to help.
Golo is the only thing that will let you lose weight and keep it off.
He loses 138 pounds in 9 months. I get it. Goal is a lifestyle change, and you make the change, and it stays on.
They're where we left them, but they have friends. Tell them.
Cancer, it's different in a child because your child's still growing. I had 14 rounds of chemo. There's thousands and thousands of kids all over the world who need help. It is my first time having cancer, and it's the very worst.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital works day after day to find cures and save the lives of children with cancer and other life-threatening diseases.
It's scary to watch your kid battle and fight for their lives.
1 in 5 children diagnosed with cancer in the U.S. will not survive.
Childhood cancer is hard. It's a long road. You just have to give. You have to give someone that hope. And especially with them being so young.
Please call, go online, or scan the QR code for only $19 a month. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
She grew up in this. So when we go to St. Jude, she's happy because that's her home. Every time I take her to the doctor, she's excited because she gets to play. That's all because of St. Jude.
When you call or go online with your credit or debit card right now, we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt you can wear to show your support to help St. Jude save the lives of these children. Let's cure childhood cancer together.
Did you say State Farm? So I know what you're talking about.
Sorry. Yeah, just really like you all time. I don't have an overpayment with you, so that's why I got text you earlier, so I just found it. So yeah, I just want to pay so So that's just the car insurance. I think you guys canceled the renter's insurance. that's perfect because we're gonna closing and it's gonna be at the end of this month, and we're gonna be into the new house next month in June. We sent forms over to our loan provider, so because I want you guys to be the insurer on it, so perfect. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I think you go down and file M090 again. You can just, well, I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine. Does
Fucking
it
cute, watch
show
out.
does it show anything on our file that the homeowner is in place? So I know he was waiting for a loan person to get back with him. Okay. Oh, he's the best. I mean, I got so much to do. It's so kind of him to follow up and just take control of it for us. I really appreciate it. That's why we don't, even though we're moving to like Cobble Hills, we don't want to move. We want to stay with you guys. Okay. You also know.
Assistance.
So.
How quaint.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll need more.
Yeah.
Right, baby?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, not a problem. Just really, yeah, I'd be happy to do that for you. Thank you so much. You too, thank you. Bye-bye. A Google review first. Yeah.
I got a case my lawyer. Find out if I'm just supposed to leave a quick Google review or what.
That's probably what he wants. Let's see here. Felix. Technology. Let me see if I can figure this one out too.
The price for your interference is your lives. Die.
Oh, okay, you were inconsistent now.
With the shit going on in the house. Ukraine aid is in limbo, right? Me? The Pentagon and President Biden just jointly announced that they will be transferring all of the seized weapons and ammunition that they seized from Iran's ships heading to Yemen. They're going to give all of that shit they seized from them ships to the Ukraine, which is pretty much free. And it doesn't cost us anything. We've already seized it. It's ours now. We can just give it away. It's over 1 million rounds of ammunition, guns, and other weapons, including grenade launchers and mortars. Yeah, but they're talking about if we do that, it's gonna freaking. And the Russians see that we gave them Iranian weapons. It's gonna freaking. Russians didn't do anything about us seizing the Iranian weapons. And the Iranians
are actually Russian allies, and they've been giving Russia weapons. So they're not. They might say something, but the only thing they're going to do is they won't punish the Ukrainians for it by launching some rockets into their cities where civilians are at. Over the past year, U.S. Navy has seized thousands of Iranian assault rifles, more than 1 million rounds of ammunition, it says. Justice Department and Pentagon worked together to find the legal pathway to send the weapons to Ukraine. One way is through the Department of Justice civil forfeiture claims to obtain ownership. It will help alleviate some of the critical shortages facing Ukrainian military as it awaits more money and equipment from the U.S. and its allies. The decision could also drive wedge between Iran and Russia, which have formed a... That's I didn't even think about that. The Russia's going to be pissed at the Iran for it. You fools!
You ingrate! You idiots!
Have you ever watched, oh God, what is that fucking show called? Damn it. What's that show called, dude?
What show?
About the dysfunctional family in the news.
Oh, Succession.
Succession. Did you watch that show, David?
I've only seen bits and parts of it. Fucking hilarious.
To watch them fucking rich fucks.
Here it is.
Fucking dysfunctional. Is some stump jumping backwoods Kentucky, I'll fuck my cousin family. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Tracking a large force incoming. Preparing defense stations.
I'm just going to put your first name.
Huh?
I'm just going to put your first name for the review.
So first name for what review?
Christian Stillman.
What did you write?
I put a review down for State Farm. You can put any names. You don't have to put any names. You don't have to.
I can do it myself, right?
Oh, okay. Well, then you know
I don't want your words.
Okay, you want me to do it? I am going to send you the page.
Okay.
It's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook Messenger, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and it'll just take you, it should take you to a page called Review Stillman Law. And then you can leave your name, email, and phone if you want, but don't have to. And then it is a spot where you can write things in. How simple is that? It happened on it.
You end up having a simple to be honest with you.
You might have to buy a furnace filter.
I think it's still on the porch, isn't it? Or might be even going downstairs.
I think it's used. And then, yeah, it got all wet down there. We're definitely going to do it. Just put one. Doesn't have to be that expensive, you know?
Hundreds of slots. Hundreds of slots.
Oh, this one really starting to go away a little bit. Well, there is nothing but positives in us staying healthy moving forward. There's nothing positive. There's nothing but positive in us moving forward and us staying healthy.
I didn't quite understand that.
Well, we've gotten everything. We dotted our last. We crossed our last T